Hi guys, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen and welcome to another Froggy Friday. I want to put these eyes in today. Now you've probably all seen the tutorial, but just in case you haven't, to make sure that the pupil goes the right way or the same way in both eyes, what you need to do is, first of all, get yourself ready. So you mark the back. Oops. I'm trying to do this with the camera lens and it's not so easy. So you find the edge there, then find the other edge there, and just draw a line across so that from the back of the eye you can see which way the pupil's facing. So just very quickly do the other one. I'm trying to look around camera because I can't. Trying to do it through the lens is not working for me. Now, if you're anything like me, this is not going to be spot on perfect, but it'll be good enough to guide you. Okay, so that's that bit done. Then, this is not the only way of doing it, but this is the way I do it. And I actually first saw this done on Julie at Pouring Your Heart Out's channel. So just put a tiny drop of UV resin into the eye socket. This bottle's almost empty, so I'm just going to try and let it drip out on its own so it doesn't get too much in there. There's the lid. Here we go. Kind of not exactly where it should be, but it's flowing down. So pop the eye in. Press it down where you want it to be. And then take your UV light and give it a quick blast just to make sure it stays in place. A bit on the other side as well, just to cure it enough to hold it. And that should do. This light takes like 4 presses to switch off because it cycles through. So I'm going to get the other one in, and then I'm going to pop it under my big UV light just to make sure it's fully cured, and I will be back with you for the next stage. See you in a sec. Okay guys, we're back. So the next stage, we get my bigger bottle of UV resin. I want to kind of make this frog look like he's wearing a Santa outfit. Now sorry, there's a bit of resin left on there from the last one. The easiest way I could think of to do this is to use UV resin, and I'm going to mix it with some white mica powder and some of this beautiful, very fine white glitter. I'm going to kind of give him cuffs to his sleeves, a collar to the jacket, and round the ankles, I suppose you'd call it. So let's crack on with that. If I can get the lid off my UV. I'm not going to make you sit through it all. I'll just do 1 or 2 bits and then I'll do the rest off camera. It's actually very cold in my garage today. It's according to the thermometer, it's like 9 degrees, which is pretty chilly for Wales. Wales? No, I've just come back from Wales. I'm in Spain. I'm losing the plot as well. Don't want to make this too opaque, because otherwise the UV resin just will not cure. As I've said on previous videos, I am fortunate enough to have a double-sided UV light, which means it cures from both sides, instead of just having to pick it up and move it. Still don't really want to overdo it. Lost my mixing stick. Oh dear, I'm so cold. I would say that the cold is affecting my brain, but my brain is pretty much frozen most of the time. But this is very thick because it's so cold. And of course the mixing the powder and glitter in there together as well, which kind of might work in my favour, because then it won't move too much before, as I'm trying to cure it, hopefully. So here we go. Just going to put a little just there. First one, put that up out of the way and give this a very quick blast. Stop it from moving. The lines don't need to be particularly neat, because obviously the collar and cuffs on Santa's outfit are furry, so if they're a little bit off, then it's not a big deal. Okay, I'm not going to bother switching it off because I'm going to use it again on the other arm, wrist, whatever you call it. This bit here anyway. Trying to make sure I keep the pot of mixed UV out of the reach of the UV lamp, because I don't want it curing in the pot. Okay, I think that's good enough. It's just basically to hold it in place to stop it from moving. Now, slightly more complicated part is getting the neckline done. I'm hoping you can see where I'm putting this. If not, I'll move the camera in just a second. This would be the collar of Santa's jacket. I may have to do this in a couple of layers, but that's okay. Totally going off piece here. Yeah, that's going to have to be a couple of layers, but I'll start with that. Get that held in, and then I'll kind of tilt it. I want it to be a little thicker than that, and obviously I needed to go right up to the sides as well. I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and I will come back to you when we're ready for the next part. See you in a sec. Hey guys, all the trim is on and set now. So the next part is kind of delicate, because I need to make sure that I don't dislodge that as I'm working. I got this beautiful green glitter. Got this from the range in the UK a few months ago now, actually. This is the first time I've used this particular one. So I want to do the head first, because obviously if I get any overspill from that into here, it's going to be easier to clean out rather than doing the other part first. It seems to be sticking fairly well. I'm trying to be as careful as I can not to spill over into the part where it's not going to be green. There will probably be a little bit of transfer, so I'm being as careful as I possibly can with this. So it's going to take a little while. I may fast forward through this part. I almost certainly will fast forward through this part. Right, so it's not completely coated, but I don't really mind that. I just wanted to have some green in there. A few. Let me grab a cotton bud and a little bit of isopropyl alcohol just to get the little flakes out of the body. Just kind of get the excess green off here as much as I can without dislodging the UV. There's bits of it everywhere, but I can't use tape to do this because that will knock the UV loose, unfortunately. I think I'm going to have to just leave any little bits in there that really are there. So before I do the hands and feet, do you know what? I'm here now, might as well get it done. And try not to do too much overspill. I should have done this before I even started cleaning up, really. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it? Oh, happens to me anyway. So it's going to give this a quick clean up. Get as much of the loose green off as I can. Yeah, really going to come off there. Oh, what's a few flakes of green between friends, hey? Okay, got some of it off, but most of it is just staying where it was. Just get a fresh brush. And I'm going to use this this red glitter. I got this from Temu. It's large and small pieces mixed. Yeah, it's all over my hands already, so that's a good start. And the bag feels really sticky for some reason. Yep, this is not going well, is it? It'll be fine. I'll get the bag open. Ha! Can't get the bag open. There we go. Got it at last. So here we go. Just hope this sticks well. Not doing too badly. There we go. So again, I'll fast forward through this bit because you don't need to watch me painting the mould. Okay, so I'm going to have to pick this up to be able to do it properly, which means it'll get out of shot. So I'll just come back to you when it's complete and see you in a little bit. Okay guys, we're back. I've got my resin mixed up. I've got 120 grams of resin pro eye crystal, which I think is enough. I'm probably wrong, but if it's not, I'll top it up anyway. I'm just going to use this white mica powder. I can never remember how much any of my mould take. I really should write it down. Sorry, bumped the camera. And I'm going to chuck some of this glitter in as well, because why not? So sorry, I keep banging my camera. Let's get this mixed up. Resin is quite thick still, because although it's been on the heat mat for a little while, I don't think I left it there anywhere near long enough. As I said earlier, it's starting to get pretty cold here. And the difficulty is that while I could put some form of heating under my desk, at least to keep my toes warm, The garage itself won't stay warm because the doors have to stay open. The only way I could close the doors would be to actually park my car out on the street, which I don't really want to do. Although, if it gets much colder, I might resort to that. Okay. So, seems to be fully mixed. I will give it a quick squirt of isopropyl alcohol in case there's any bubbles of powder rising to the top. It's pretty good, actually, surprisingly. Okay, let's get this poured and cross everything. I was originally going to put a light in, but the difficulty there is that I would have to do it in layers for that, and I actually don't have time. This video needs to go out tomorrow, so and there's all sorts of other things, you know, life gets in the way. And as I said, my daughter's on her way here from the airport, and I would kind of like to spend some time with her. So it looks like 120 grams is pretty much spot on. I do need to tease this up into the toes and hopefully not dislodge the glitter too much, so that the green doesn't run too much into the red and vice versa. But we are pretty good. Now I won't put this on the heat mat immediately because obviously I am going to have bubbles rising. And also I have poured it. This is deeper than this resin was designed for. I have poured it this deep before without an issue. But if I put it on the heat mat, I am risking a flash cure, which would kind of ruin the whole thing. Then I'd have to start again and I'd be very, very sad. Okay, we probably could have done with about another 5 grams, but on the whole, I'm super happy. I'll go scrape out what I can, babysit for bubbles for a little while, and I will see you in a few hours. A few hours for me, seconds for you, for the demold. See you later. Hi guys, we're back and ready for the demold. Everything crossed here. There's a little bit of overspill I'll have to clean up, but it's not too bad. I mean, I kind of thought afterwards what I should have done, because obviously the glitter didn't cover the mould entirely. What I should have done is, after I put the glitter on, is I should have put a green mica powder obviously in the head and then red in the body after the glitter, just to kind of fill in the gaps. But it's a little too late for that now, so here we go. Oh, I think he's kind of cute, actually. Pretty sweet. Unfortunately, I've got lights on everywhere here because it's dark outside. But overall, I'm actually pretty damn pleased with that. So I'll get you some pictures. I'll give them a clean up first. Get you some pictures, and I will see you for the next video. Bye.